get some sort of virality. So I think that they probably believe that, but they're just pinning Reddit and like, okay, I'm going to document every little detail.
This
of what I
guy
noticed.
seems like
And
he's
maybe they
leading
just happen to
questions.
stop.
It seems
I
like
don't
it's a
really think,
forced
like it comes down to like
advertisement.
correlation does not
Watch.
equal
Causation, yeah.
type of thing. There would be
Look
no
at
end to
that causation. See that?
And you just said nocebo instead of placebo.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference?
Well, so like nocebo would be like with dutasteride, how people think
It's like a script. You see that?
they're getting like erectile dysfunction and stuff like that, and their dick doesn't work.
You've talked about that before. Do you have erectile dysfunction or no?
See that? How does you know
Not
that?
permanently, but when I take different substances like pregab, like phenibut, yes, it's very, very difficult for your sexual sensitivity.
And it's more sensitivity instead of like a what's the word? I'm blanking. Your sex drive.
Yeah, it's not really a libido thing.
Libido thing. Okay, so you still have the sex drive, but then the sensitivity is a little bit.
Correct.
What do you think of like
But that's anything really. I mean, drinking could do the same thing.
yeah.
Like whiskey dick has been a pretty popular term.
Yeah, forever, and then yeah, Coke dick.
Well, that's a little bit different
Okay.
because it's to do with your dopamine reuptake rather than like your GABA A agonist.
Is he always leading the question?
It's just different, but yes, same concepts, I guess, just different mechanisms.
Yeah, no, they are. It is. You're 100% right in with how it's been.
See that?
Right,
Yeah, he's so right. He's so right.
For a while, so I guess it really shouldn't be that much of a surprise to people. I know that's one of those things that people like. When I was talking to normies about,
As if
coming
he's a
and interviewing
fucking
you, they brought that up a lot.
doctor and shit.
Yeah, and
What do you think of people? What they say about you? Do you pay any attention to it?
no, like I don't really give a shit about embarrassing myself and being like super open about like what's potentially a huge flaw and like something that if a woman were to see that would be like, you know, repulsed by you if you're not even
He's
sexually
literally just
functional.
It feels like
But
it's just reading
I
off
really
a
don't
script. I know it's
think
not,
about
but I'm just saying.
Optics too much of anything. So I'm
What about your haters?
I think people hate more or less just because of like out of context clips and stuff like that. And it like I'm really not that.
This is not out of
controversial
context. This is literally
of
in
a figure,
context.
I would say. You know, today people are hating because there's just like retards trying to clout chase. You know,
Who was it?
like the ASU motherfucker wants to, you know, suggest that I wanted to like, you know, sign him or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But my perspective on it is like we have kind of been going through, and that's why I like to sort of go through my whole mentality so people understand all of my reasonings for things. I've got no moral objection to doing stuff like that. It's just an ROI thing, and it's extremely low because there's just not a lot of career longevity behind that person. I mean, it's
you did try to sign him, or was he lying about that?
this is lies.
They
Lies,
literally
okay.
are
And
just trying
the
to
ROI, so you don't really even look at him as someone that would be a
get
high
the
ROI for you,
people
like, to have in your
Right.
crew.
And it's just like
to be like addicted to
I'm
pharmacies.
sitting here telling my audience like I would do something like that, but just not in that example. So it's like,
Oh, okay.
so when people accuse me of like being dishonest, I'm like, just not in this context. Like this is not true at all in this context.
You would sign somebody that you saw would be a star, but you don't think the ASU Frat Leader, I forget his name, is a star.
Yeah, I don't really think there's a lot of longevity there, but yeah, I've got no like huge like moral. I just really haven't thought about it fully. I don't know, because the thing is, it's like I started streaming, you know, 3 months ago. I'm not even
This is like
really too set up in my
feeding
own-
questions.
Yeah, you have a long way to go.
It's so it's
yeah,
like
it's not something I would really have time for.
what do you call that?
So for people to going and saying,
Media
like, all these
101.
things about,
It's
like,
Media 101,
taking
man.
fucking people into management or whatever, it's like, bro, I need to get my own fucking camp organized.
Do you think you could have a kind of a house per se, or a AM? What's Kai's? I think AMG. AMP, and could you see? Or I know Aiden has his own crew. Could you see having your own crew, kind of like that, where you are all together and then you kind of sell each other together?
I think that with Looksmaxxing, I'm sort of going to be the forefront of the niche for a long time.
Yeah.
So how I kind of organize like the social media presence, I think some sort of content house could work, but I just really don't think that it's that interesting of a concept, you know, because like when me and other Looksmaxxers interact, it's really not that interesting, because it's like we'll be talking.
You see how he's leading the
like
question though?
Super provocative, or not super provocative, reaction driven things like the maxing of these words.
The maxing words, yeah.
And not think of anything of it. But what makes it like so captivating is when I say it like completely straight faced to someone who has a crazy reaction. Like there's no way, like this guy just said, like this maxing or you know, speaks this way. So I don't really know how well it would work.
Yeah.
But I'm not opposed to
Not
it.
opposed to it.
To doing like some sort of more Looksmax oriented collab. This isn't the most Looksmax oriented streamer I thought I would say. It's more of like a degenerate run so far.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. But you could shift. I mean, how you're doing it right now doesn't necessarily mean you'll be doing it like this in 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
They're showing you the roadmap.
I want to be more like educational with my content, but sort of the way I've set up my community, it's like a lot of jester maxing, because I do like a lot of stupid shit. So like people aren't all the time watching for me to do like a sit down, super serious like presentation on Looksmaxxing.
And is that super serious kind of presentation, is that something that you take more joy in than kind of the jester maxing community that you've kind of captivated?
I take joy when people appreciate it,
Bro.
But you know, like we're doing a segment where I was talking to viewers about Looksmaxxing advice, and people would join the call and just start like trolling and saying dumb shit, asking retarded questions,
Clip farming.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm trying to go out of my way to sort of tell you guys what you can do to fix certain flaws of yours, and maybe you're not interested, but there's a lot of people in the audience which would be, and it kind of just kills the entire segment. So we're gonna retry that later at some point today, I think.
Okay, cool.
Or maybe tomorrow. We'll see what we have time for, because we got this talent show.
Is that tonight?
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
You see how he's leading the question?
They were doing the sound checking. That was kind
Yeah,
of
that's coming up quite soon.
triggering.
So yeah, no, I want to.
It's so obvious, man.
An audience who is going to be more appreciative of it.
Because all stage,
And
bro.
how do you do that where it's, because it feels
It's all
as if
script.
this beast has been taken out of your hands, because it's in the hands of clippers, editors on TikTok, and you're very serious about what you're doing, and I think people often forget that. But
Right.
how do you get it kind of back into the audience that you want? Because I've heard people say that, hey, 1,000 amazing fans that you really like is almost more valuable than 100,000, I guess you could say, jesters.
Yeah, I mean, having a super tight-knit audience is definitely a good thing. So I think I just have to just not look at the chat when I'm doing like the Looksmax segments of people saying like, oh, this is boring, because a lot of people are tuned in wanting to just see me fucking be all like hyped up on Adderall at the club, but there's my core audience which wants to see like what actually kind of brought me here, which was like the Looksmaxxing stuff.
Well, I would love a Looksmaxxing segment right now if I'd be lucky enough to have one.
Sure. Okay. Well, the thing about
Dude.
Looksmaxxing that
Or suggestions, however you do
right.
it.
Okay. Sure. I mean,
And I would love to I'll keep track of it, and then maybe come back 6 months, a year, and say, hey, this is what's Clav. And I'm not trying to clip farm or anything.
yeah. No. So people always like come on and ask like, what could I do to Looksmax, and they expect like this immediate turnaround with, you know, visible results in an hour, or
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
this method. It's like, no. Looksmaxxing is not even a linear process where you get better looking every day. It's like you're going to get worse looking at some points, but it'll sort of look like an index fund.
Okay, yeah, ups and downs.
Yeah. So there's a lot of ups and downs. As long as you're making progress consistently, you know, if you stretch out the timeline far enough and you have consistently good habits.
Let's see if he does a leading question. This is live, by the way.
Over your caloric limit one day of the week, you're still doing good 6 days of the week. So that might be a setback, but the overall goal, we're still moving towards that.
Yeah.
So I would say for you, the most visible thing is probably the body fat percentage.
Yep.
Because you're not even really able to fully analyze what's wrong with your face in a lot of cases if you're not fully chiseled, right? So
yeah.
A big ratio is the width of your cheekbones relative to the width of your jaw.
Okay.
And it should be around 90%. And this is going to be hugely influenced by how lean you are, right? So it could be over 100% if you have a certain bone structure and you're overweight, and then you lean out and maybe the ratio is within the ideal. So you might have been thinking before, oh, I need to do like masseter Botox to atrophy the size of my jaw a little bit. But then you lean out and you're like, oh, wow, this was actually
This is
ideal.
literally
So,
an experiment.
You got to get lean really before you can
This is a rat experiment.
Almost first step is get lean.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, like getting lean is a very like intuitive thing that you could just figure out on your own without diving into the whole crazy world of Looksmaxxing.
Got it.
So if someone's not really like going to already be lean in a lot of cases, it just goes to show that they really don't have too much interest per se in the world of Looksmaxxing. Obviously, if someone's in the middle of like a weight loss transformation, then that's one thing. But sometimes people join my call and they're severely overweight and they're like drinking a soda. How can I Looksmax? It's like, you know how you could Looksmax. I'm not going to sit here and go through all this shit with you just for you to not apply any of it. So
got it.
There just has to be some sort of intent shown, and that's like one of the more obvious ones that everyone knows that you have to do is lose weight.
All right, so that's the first step, and then we kind of we'll come back.
No, so that's the first step, and like how you go about that, I would suggest a GLP-1.
All right.
If you want some, I have it here.
Yeah, I'll take some 100%.
You want to take Retta?
I'll take Retta. Is this
there
this
you
legal?
go.
I don't want to.
They want you to take
research
substances, guys. That's the whole goal.
The camera, if you want to research it off camera.
I'll research it off camera. I have actually looked into it a lot, but I think Retta would be the first, like a good first step.
Retta would be a good, yes, exactly.
Because one of my bigger issues, I just overeat.
Yeah, and it's hard.
This is literally how they get you, man.
I've just been on the
weight loss is the biggest industry.
So Retta would be the first step. It'll make weight loss
fucking
a much more
centuries.
tolerable process because you're not just constantly thinking about like to starve myself, and like, you know, when that's a distractor, you're not as efficient with your work, and it's just a huge nightmare, pain in the ass. So Retta is gonna serve you well.
So yeah, go ahead. Fucking
also suggest,
inject yourself with a bunch of drugs.
Type of
This is exactly what they want, bro.
Yeah, I have that both. Yeah.
Yeah. So
take a random.
You're gonna need different technologies.
Person on the internet's advice.
The different types of acne scars. So.
Yeah. No. Go ahead. Yeah.
Look.